EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the London Black Knights and the Salt Lake City Flyers. For the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard lines, and the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, now Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
A first down carry for Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Williams. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Flyers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Walker now at 1st and 10. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. On 1st down, Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. Here's Johnson with a reception. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Conklin from 6 yards away. And the Black Knights are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On second down, here's Smith again. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First and 10. Here's Rodgers. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Straight ahead, Walker. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Running left is Walker. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Rodgers. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Check mash, check mash.
They begin with a run by Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go back to the ground with, and it's a fumble. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The slot man in motion right. Trying the left side with Walker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, the quick slant caught. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead.
And it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 50, the 40. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
We have seen some exciting returns of blocked extra points. This one doesn't quite get into that level, but there had to be an anxious moment after it was blocked, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes they still forget on both sides when that block comes on a PAT that you can return it for 2. He got it across midfield there, just not close to the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that moment of hesitancy, didn't you? You know, his block is like, oh, yeah, that's right, it can be returned, and which means you have to get back and tackle him, too.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. On 3rd down, Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 98 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Smith. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. In motion left comes Williams. They're going to try and throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks. 31 yards as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's caught by Sims. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown! Mike Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Flyers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Gold with the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Rodgers now on first down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Trying to find Calvin Austin, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here to Ayuk. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Knifes his way forward here with just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Williams, a man in motion right. Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Now it's Smith running right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, it's Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Another try for Smith. And he is out of bounds here. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Try to punch it in with Smith. And this time he is in. Yes. Jeff Smith with his second touchdown of the night. And the Flyers have retaken a third-quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead is on. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. For the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw on second and 10. Rodgers. Austin's got it left side. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back live here now in Salt Lake City as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Rodgers. And this will be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Here's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Handoff, running left, Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll set up the screen to Smith, and he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught. And what a big-time play there. And even 50 yards. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. first down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. They'll still have a third and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. Rodgers going to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. Touchdown. Tyron Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Black Knights have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game, challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Smith up the middle. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 158 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
A first down carry for Smith. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them 1 step closer.